Hurricane season is rapidly approaching the East Coast down the Atlantic coastal ways from June 1st to November 30th. The forecasters are predicting a very bad and dangerous year. Are you ready? How do you get ready? When do you get ready? Well, I'm Vicki with the 411, and I'm going to help you come up with some ideas on how to prepare in case you have to evacuate your family in any kind of storm, be it hurricane, tornado, forest fires, floods. It's always best to be prepared. So let's get started. I like using a nice backpack that has plenty of pockets and zipper pouches, things that everything has its place and everything goes back in its place. And one of my, for sure, number one things to always to have anywhere you go is a good first aid kit. First aid kits you can never go wrong with. Always need those. So let's talk about what other things we can put in our backpacks. For starters, we're going to want to put clothes. We want to make sure we have a change of clothes. Make sure you have plenty of socks, plenty of clean underclothes. That's always helpful. I can go a couple of days with a dirty pair of jeans, but I like clean underclothes and dry socks. Then you've got your personal toiletries. Never know where you're going to have to evacuate to, so it'd be nice if you have your toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, and all that good stuff. It's also good to have with you a little bit of money. I used to always keep it like this to make phone calls, but now it's for the possibility of a vending machine. I would take me a roll of toilet paper because you never know when you are going to need this little baby. And then also I would take with me a jump drive, update any important information you have off your computer regularly, and keep that stored in your book bag. I also encourage you to have things to keep you entertained. Always good to have some type of activity to keep you busy, whether it be playing cards, book to read, some type of games that keep children occupied. I also want to talk to you just briefly about what needs to go into a kid's book bag. I make my children, they always had their own backpack to take on to have prepared in case we needed to evacuate. So let's talk a moment about that. It's helpful if in your children's backpack that they carry their own toilet paper if necessary, and a small little first aid kit if they need that in their backpack. But one of the important things I do is I have always taken an updated family portrait, something similar to this size, and I laminate it. So you take your family picture and you would circle the face of the child that's the backpack that it's in. So that if they get separated from you in any kind of emergency, I just look back at remember how bad Hurricane Katrina was to the Louisiana coast and how people got separated from their families. So take your family picture, circle the child there, and then on the back of it, you'll want this type of information. My name is so and so, my parents' name is so and so. Here's our address, here's our phone number, here's an in state contact person and an out of state contact person. Something else I wanted to mention while you're packing your children's book bag, not only activities that are interesting to them, but I had younger kids that were around when Hurricane Hugo hit the East Coast, and they remembered that frightening time. So when years later, when we were preparing for Hurricane Floyd that was going to hit the East Coast, we're getting our backpacks ready, and it's like check, make sure the clothes can fit. You need to kind of keep those updated and double check that they had activities that were age appropriate in their bags. And my second oldest child kept saying, well, where are we going to go? And I'm like, well, hopefully we won't have to go anywhere. You know, maybe it won't hit us, but we'll stay here until we need to leave. But he wanted to know where we would go. And I told him again, assured him, we probably aren't going to go anywhere. We're prepared, you know, if it's not going to take our roof off, we're going to be okay. He goes, but where are we going to go if we have to leave? And I said, well, we'll probably go to our church. It's 5 minutes up the road. They build them pretty sturdy to accommodate storms. So I said, we'll probably go there. Well, he immediately started taking clothes and everything out of his backpack so he could fit his basketball in there. Because our church has a basketball court right in the middle of the building. He's like, if I'm going to be evacuated and stuck, tied up somewhere, I'm going to be able to play basketball. So it's important that we have activities that will entertain our children, make them happy, keep them busy during a very um, scary time in their lives if they have to evacuate. Here's my personal backpack that I take no matter where I'm going. If I'm going on a 3 hour ride to the mountains or a flight halfway across the United States, this is what I take. And in my bag, no matter where I'm traveling, I've always got first aid kit, toilet paper, extra glasses and sunglasses. I've got some games that'll keep little children busy if I come across children that need to be taken care of. Lint roller, don't know why that's in there, but you never know. Wet wipes, mosquito repellent, personal wipes, just a few things that will keep you busy, keep the things that you need, just in case you get stranded somewhere, not during a storm, but maybe in an airport. You never know where you might be stranded. Let's talk real quick about food. Now, I have this family size can, a number 10 can, that I canned things in it like peanut butter crackers, tuna packs, chicken salad packs, have the little can opener thing up here attached to it so we can open it and take it. Has sweeteners for your water bottles, just a bare necessities to get by with not starving. It's not the holiday, 7 days at the Holiday Inn, but it's a few days of getting you past. But this is kind of heavy and it takes up a lot of space in our bag. So I'm probably going to throw in some of these meals in a pouch that all you do is add hot water and let it sit. Follow the simple instructions on the back. And you can have a variety of foods in your backpack that are lightweight that you can eat. They have the smaller pouches of fruits, a few vegetables, and some different snacks that are really good to have that are lightweight. Put them in your kids' bag so that they have something that they can grab a hold onto if they need to. Let's look at some other emergency preparedness stuff that we're going to want in our pack. It's always helpful to have rain parkas, and you can get smaller ones. This is just one I have. Good pair of sturdy work gloves because you never know what kind of situation you might need to get in that you might have to help do things. Flashlights are always good. Make sure you've got good updated batteries in those. If you're evacuated and you have to stranded somewhere, you always want to have some good cord and maybe something that you can pitch a little tent if you have to, if you're outside. It's always good to have a utility knife. Those are sometimes a lifesaver in this thing. I have storm-proof matches that you can help build a fire no matter how stormy it is outside. A radio, small little handheld radio is always good to have on hand so you can keep up with what's going on in the area of the storm. Is it safe to get back home? Because you could have been evacuated for not just a storm, but possibly fires, floods, any things like that. Tornado season is rampantly going on. A good whistle. You need to have a good whistle just to draw attention to yourself. It's always good to maybe have some mask. Again, like if you're evacuating from a fire, something like that would be great to have. One last thing I want to show is I have this plumbing pipe. It's got caps. This one's glued on. This one comes, nope, that one's glued on. This one comes off. And inside it would be good to store things like birth certificates, marriage certificates, copies if you have copies of your passports, the most recent report cards from your children, because if you have to leave town and evacuate to another city for, let's say, 3 months or so while things get straightened out, it'd be nice if the teachers knew where your children were academically. So have fun, be creative, store what you think you need for your area, and make it simple, but be prepared. Because if you are prepared, then it's going to be a less stressful situation. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Vicki with the 411. Bye.